What drives two nations, separated by hundreds of miles of sea, but united by shared stakes, to confront an ambitious regional powerhouse in the Eastern Mediterranean, where history meets high-stakes geopolitics? An extraordinary alliance is taking shape. Greece and Egypt are rewriting the rules of power in the region in broader ways than you can imagine. It began with a game-changing maritime agreement that directly challenged Turkey's Blue Homeland doctrine. Then came Medusa joint military drills, warships and fighter jets maneuvering in calculated displays of strength. And now, plans for energy pipelines and solar power grids threaten to cut Ankara out of the Mediterranean's energy equation entirely. But how did this unlikely alliance rise to the forefront of Mediterranean geopolitics? And what does it mean for Turkey's long-standing aspirations to dominate the region? This video takes a deep dive into the pivotal strategies that seal the bond between Greece and Egypt. We'll also examine how Turkey's response in reshaping the region's balance of power. Stay tuned to uncover how this alliance could permanently alter the Eastern Mediterranean's future. Now, the relationship between Greece and Egypt has been shaped by thousands of years of interaction, dating back to 332 BCE when Alexander the Great founded Alexandria. These two civilizations established deep-rooted cultural and trade connections. Fast forward to the 20th century. During the Cold War, both nations aligned as non-aligned regional powers, focusing on trade and mutual interest. By 1976, Greece became Egypt's second-largest EU trading partner after Italy, with bilateral trade hitting $1.4 billion annually by the late 1990s. But what's even more fascinating is that in recent years, their collaboration has skyrocketed. Take, for example, the East Mediterranean Gas Forum, established in 2019, where Egypt and Greece partnered with Cyprus and Israel to develop a counterweight to Turkey's gas exploration claims. What's worse is that this forum turns out to be a geopolitical bloc designed to isolate Turkey. But what made the once neutral ties between Egypt and Turkey to spiral into a bitter political rivalry that now shapes the entire Eastern Mediterranean? Before we address this question, I thought you should know it takes huge amounts of time to make these videos for you. And we'd love for you to support our channel by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks for that, and let's continue. To truly understand the Greece-Egypt alliance, we must first unravel the complex rivalry between Egypt and Turkey. It all began in 2013 when Egypt's military ousted President Mohamed Morsi, a key ally of Erdogan and the Muslim Brotherhood. Erdogan responded with fierce criticism, refusing to recognize Abdel Fattah el-Sisi as Egypt's legitimate leader. This marked the start of a near decade-long feud. But it wasn't just political rhetoric. Turkey offered asylum to thousands of Muslim Brotherhood members and funded media outlets like Makamelim TV to attack el-Sisi's regime. Meanwhile, el-Sisi deepened alliances with anti-Islamic nations like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, further polarizing relations. The rivalry boiled over into regional conflicts. In Libya, Turkey supported the UN-backed government of National Accord, while Egypt backed its rival, General Khalifa Haftar's forces. By 2020, this proxy war was intensified with billions of dollars in weapons and strategic moves on both sides, leaving Libya in the crosshairs of their power struggle. This political divide set the stage for Greece and Egypt to unite, recognizing their shared interest in countering an emboldened Turkey in the Mediterranean. Which begs the question: what pivotal moves transferred Greece and Egypt into a powerful coalition standing firm against Turkey's ambitions? Now, Here's the thing. When Greece and Egypt signed their exclusive economic zone agreement on August 6, 2020, it was a direct challenge to Turkey's expansionist ambitions. This agreement established a clear maritime boundary between the two nations, carving out a 38,000 square kilometer zone for legal resource exploration and energy development. The deal would counter Turkey's controversial Libya-Turkey maritime agreement, which had ignored international norms by claiming vast swaths of eastern Mediterranean. To understand why this was a game changer, let's take a closer look at Turkey's Blue Homeland Mavi Vatan doctrine, a strategy that envisions Turkish dominance over 462,000 square kilometers of maritime territory. Turkey aimed to erase Greek sovereignty and push other regional players like Egypt out of the energy race by claiming waters around islands of Castellorizo. However, the Greece-Egypt EEZ deal sent a clear message. Turkey's unilateral assertions would not stand unchallenged. What's worse, this agreement had profound economic implications. See, the EEZ grants Greece and Egypt's rights to explore undersea gas reserves, which are estimated to hold trillions of cubic feet of natural gas. For example, the Zohr gas field off the coast of Egypt, discovered in 2015, is the largest ever found in the Mediterranean, containing an estimated 30 trillion cubic feet of gas. By working together, Greece and Egypt position themselves as central players in the Mediterranean energy market while sidelining Turkey, which has no access to these lucrative fields under international law. But what does their military cooperation look like? Here's the thing. The Greece-Egypt alliance is backed by robust military collaboration designed to deter Turkey's aggression. A cornerstone of this cooperation is the Medusa military exercises, annual joint drills involving naval, air, and special forces units from Greece, Egypt, and other regional allies like France and the UAE. In the 2022 Medusa exercise, over 85 warships, fighter jets, and submarines participated in coordinated maneuvers across the Mediterranean. These drills simulate scenarios like defending against maritime aggression, securing energy infrastructure, and countering illegal military incursions, direct responses to Turkey's provocative behavior. One dramatic example of this alliance in action was the Rafale fighter jet strike in Libya. During a covert operation in 2020, Rafale fighter jets, believed to be either from Egypt or France, launched a precision strike on a Turkish-backed military base near Al Wadiya in Libya. This base was a vital logistic hub for Turkey's drone operations and military support to the government of national accord. The strike demonstrated the increasing military assertiveness of Turkey's rivals, significantly disrupting Ankara's influence in the region. What's even more intriguing, defense spending numbers further highlight this commitment. By 2022, Greece had ramped up its military spending at an incredible 7.5 billion euros, making it the highest spender in NATO relative to GDP. This ambitious modernization drive included the acquisition of 24 Rafale jets from France, state-of-the-art frigates, and advanced missile systems, clear signals of its determination to safeguard its position in the eastern Mediterranean. Egypt, equally resolute, has been transforming its naval power with strategic acquisitions, including Mistral-class helicopter carriers and German-built Type 209 submarines, positioning itself as a dominant maritime force. Such huge military upgrades reflect a shared commitment by Greece and Egypt to counter Turkey's growing ambitions and secure their regional interests. But here's what's truly captivating. The alliance between Greece and Egypt is also transforming the energy landscape of the eastern Mediterranean. A key initiative in the proposed EastMed pipeline, a 1,900-kilometer undersea pipeline connecting gas fields in Israel, Cyprus, and Greece to European markets. This $6 billion project, which excludes Turkey, is expected to transport 10 billion cubic meters of natural gas annually, reducing Europe's reliance on Russian energy. Another critical project is the EuroAfrica Interconnector, an ambitious electricity cable linking Egypt to Europe via Greece. This cable will transfer 3,000 megawatts of solar-generated energy from Egypt, making it a renewable energy lifeline for Europe. By 2025, the interconnector is projected to supply power to over 10 million homes, further cementing Greece and Egypt's role as energy hubs. Okay, so how has Turkey's aggressive pursuit of regional dominance backfired and forced Erdogan into damage control? Now, Turkey's Blue Homeland strategy, introduced by former Admiral Cem Gerdeniz, seeks to expand Turkish maritime borders and dominate the eastern Mediterranean. Under this doctrine, Turkey has aggressively pursued claims in disputed waters, including sending the Oryx Reis seismic research vessel to Greek claim waters in 2020. These moves have sparked multiple near conflicts, with Turkish warships escorting research missions in contested zones. In addition to its maritime ambitions, Turkey has sought to establish military bases across the region to project power. For example, its presence in Libya and its occupation of northern Cyprus, where it has stationed over 40,000 troops since 1974, highlight Turkey's aggressive regional agenda. Erdogan has framed these actions as efforts to protect Turkish sovereignty, but in reality, they are often stand in stark violation of international law, as demonstrated by widespread backlash to Turkish unilateral drilling operations near Cyprus in 2022. These moves, viewed by many as acts of calculated expansionism, are increasingly being labeled as nothing short of invasion. But Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who is facing mounting diplomatic and economic pressures, has sought to repair relations with Egypt. For years, Turkey and Egypt have been at odds, with Erdogan openly supporting the Muslim Brotherhood, a group banned by Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi after his rise to power in 2013. This ideological divide created a deep rift, but by 2021, Erdogan began signaling a shift in policy, seeking rapprochement with Cairo. But why the sudden change? See, while Greece, Egypt, Israel, and other Mediterranean nations have deepened their alliances, Turkey has found itself increasingly isolated. Economic pressures also play a significant role. Turkey's economy, strained by years of inflation and foreign debt, desperately needs trade and investment. Normalizing ties with Egypt, a key regional power, offers a pathway to ease some of this pressure. However, Erdogan's overtures come too late to reserve the Greece-Egypt alliance. By aligning their policies and strengthening their military and economic cooperation, Athens and Cairo have already built a wall against Turkish expansion. While Turkey may seek to repair relations with Egypt, its aggressive tactics in the Mediterranean have left a legacy of mistrust that will take years to overcome. But what ripple effects will the Greece-Egypt alliance have on regional stability, global energy security, and involvement of powerful nations like the U.S., Russia, and China? In reality, the Greece-Egypt alliance is part of a growing anti-Turkey coalition. France, for instance, has actively supported Greece's stance in the eastern Mediterranean, deploying frigates and Rafale fighter jets during tensions with Turkey in 2020. Cyprus, another key player, has worked closely with Greece and Egypt to push back against Turkey's illegal drilling in Cypriot waters. Meanwhile, Israel has emerged as a significant ally, collaborating on energy projects like the EastMed pipeline and engaging in trilateral summits with Greece and Cyprus since 2016. The partnership has caught the attention of global powers like the United States and the European Union. The EU, in particular, has issued multiple sanctions against Turkey for its provocative actions in the eastern Mediterranean. The U.S. has also bolstered its ties with Greece, expanding its presence at the Suda Bay naval base in Crete and signing a mutual defense cooperation agreement in 2021, underscoring its commitment to regional stability. These alliances collectively aim to deter Turkey's aggressive maneuvers while promoting energy security and geopolitical balance in the region. But the Greece-Egypt alliance is not just reshaping the Eastern Mediterranean, it's influencing real global geopolitics. By strengthening their partnership, Greece and Egypt have reduced Turkey's ability to act as a regional power broker, creating opportunities for other global players. For example, Russia has capitalized on Turkey's strained relationships with NATO members to deepen its influence in Libya and Syria. Similarly, China, through its Belt and Road Initiative, has sought closer ties with Greece, investing heavily in the Port of Piraeus, a key gateway to European markets. Meanwhile, the alliance is a wake-up call for NATO, which finds itself in a precarious position as tensions between Greece and Turkey, both NATO members, continue to rise. The Eastern Mediterranean has become a flashpoint with implications for global trade routes and energy supplies. As the region becomes more polarized, the Greece-Egypt partnership represents a counterbalance to Turkey's ambitions, offering a model of cooperation that prioritizes international law and mutual benefit over unilateral aggression. And as Greece and Egypt solidify their partnership, can Turkey find a way to regain influence, or is the balance of power in the Eastern Mediterranean shifting forever? To wrap things up, the Greece-Egypt alliance is a cornerstone of the Eastern Mediterranean's evolving power dynamics. Through their exclusive economic zone agreement, they have challenged Turkey's maritime claims and secured vital energy resources. Their Medusa military exercises and covert operations have demonstrated their resolve to counter Turkey's aggression. At the same time, their investments in projects like the EastMed pipeline and the EuroAfrica Interconnector are reshaping the region's energy future, making them indispensable players on the global stage. Turkey, facing diplomatic isolation and economic pressures, has tried to repair ties with Egypt, but the foundation of mistrust and competing ambitions remains. As the Greece-Egypt alliance strengthens, Turkey's room for maneuvering in the Eastern Mediterranean is rapidly shrinking. As Erdogan seeks to mend fences with Egypt, the alliance between Greece and Egypt has already reshaped the Mediterranean. This partnership has not only countered Turkey's expansionist goals, but also set the stage for a new era of cooperation in the region. The question now is whether Turkey can adapt to the shifting tides or risk being left behind in an increasingly unified Mediterranean. What are your thoughts on the Greece-Egypt alliance and its impact on the Eastern Mediterranean? Do you think Turkey will adapt, or is its strategy too entrenched to change? Share your insights in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis, and stay tuned as we uncover the geopolitical forces shaping the world.